The Axopar 38 has been announced. My name is Joe Fox from the team at Eyachts, and I'm joined here with Jan-Erik from Axopar to talk about this new model and what it has to offer. So, Jan, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Axopar 37, Axopar 38, tell us all about it.
We've built over 3,000 37s in total during these 10 years. Axopar 37 is being used in US, to give you an example. Every fifth buyer is a first-time buyer who has never owned a boat before. Every fifth buyer of an Axopar 37 has owned minimum 7, but in average more than 8 boats. So we're combining two of the extremes, the experts and the beginners, and they make up almost half of the sales of Axopar 37s. So the Axopar 37 is such a great versatile platform for so many people and to such variety of usage. So the Axopar 37, we just finished our delivery of 53 37s to the government of UAE. It's used by professionals all over the world. Wherever in the most remote locations you go, you will see an Axopar 37. I have friends who post me pictures from a 5-star resort hotel somewhere in Bora Bora or the Maldives, and they have an Axopar 37 parked outside. You go to any sail GP or any sail event around the world, you will see Axopar 37s used as professional film crew boats. Many of the footage that you've actually seen on the television are actually being filmed on an Axopar 37. They rig huge gyroscopes in the back of the deck because the 37 hull is one of the smoothest hulls in the industry and creates a very good platform, stable platform for the gyro to make that incredible footage of the races. Excited about the iconic footprint the Axopar 37 has created in the world.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible to see you've evolved the models significantly every time without losing the core DNA. And it's hard to do, but every model that comes out, and we see this from the 37, so successful. 38, it's a completely new boat. It's completely a redesign for us at Eyachts. We've been dealers in Australia now almost since the beginning of Axopar, and we see the progression. From the Series 1 Axopar 28 and the feedback taken on from the owners to us as dealers, and then we pass this on to the factory on a regular basis, and we see these come through on the new models quite a lot. So I think it's a credit to you and the guys.
It's just full-on passion to make the best boats we are capable of doing and waking up every single day that how can we improve things without losing the core and the DNA. It's such a huge endeavor to make the third generation of a product than for somebody else, newcomer to the industry, to make the first boat of a series and then just really don't do anything else, no iteration, no improvement, no nothing. You just add the same product and you just spread it out over a range of products, where we really take huge focus into making sure that we do better boats every single day and improve, and that also then comes as a design philosophy, that comes as a functionality philosophy, that comes as a modularity philosophy. So it becomes internally as a lifestyle or a culture that everything we touch we really focus on making better. So now when we do a new 38, first of all, there's huge shoes to fill. Every conceivable functioning property of the 37, of course, has been improved on the 38, but there's just so much more that we can offer with the bigger, more voluminous 38. So if you have a 37 owner that wants to trade up to something completely different, I say the 38 fulfills all those expectations. And we've been talking a lot with customers and you dealers just to get the proper insight of what you see valuable when we do a new model like the 38. Again, the 37 is so versatile that we see that these two models can actually exist side by side. Nobody has ever done this before, but as I said, we already produced over 3,000 37s. So there will always be persons that want the 37 for its refined functionality and aesthetics, and then for those who want comfort and more livability on board, that's where the 38 comes in.
So we're very lucky here in Cannes. The dealers had an opportunity to get on board Hull 1, the prototype boat of the Axopar 38. I absolutely love the boat myself. I think there's a big increase in the volume, some incredibly clever design features that we're seeing as well. Overall, a fantastic new model, evolving from everything that Axopar have learned. So it's an absolute winner as far as I'm concerned.
The full visual appearance, the stance of that boat, once you see it in the water, you clearly see that there is something new in this boat all in all. And we put a lot of effort into the moldings, the detail, fit and finish, even on the moldings itself, just to create that sort of an Axopar confident performance sensation.
Yeah, great. We're very early in the dissemination of the information on this model, but Janne, please tell us as much as you're allowed to at this stage.
Yeah, we haven't said too much on the show and to the international press, but the ones we've said are already pretty much groundbreaking. New redesigned hull, new redesigned hydrodynamics, optimized space utilage for higher standing height in the front cabin, enclosed toilet with now kitchen modules for the front cabin, way bigger wheelhouse, the most modular boat ever built, and by far the most modular boat in the world. When it comes to the functionality and modularity, it is the world's most modular boat. On this one, we've taken all the learnings we've got from the 45, the 29, 37 and fused all of these into one boat, which is the 38, which is why you see such a huge variety of different options and modules being offered on the 38. Because from our perspective, a customer should not be forced to take whatever a boat manufacturer is producing. I want them to have the ability to choose what they want and what they need for their own regular type of boating. To give you an example, on the foredeck, we have a standard forward-facing sofa and an anchor locker, and behind the anchor locker, a back rearwards-facing sofa, or just a settee in a way. But you can add on both sides to convert that into a U sofa with very convenient lockers and storage underneath. You can have the sun pads in there, you can add the table, you can have the table high and low so it actually creates a sun pad. Then we're also, in addition, going to have an option where you actually don't put the U sofas in place, but you put the 37's pretty much loved forward sunbed with the huge storage underneath. Now also, of course, redesigned and redefined. So that's only on the front area. We've made standing height, or for me, standing height in the front cabin, where I'm in the kitchen module area or in the toilet or inside the front cabin in a way. In addition, then when we're moving around the boat, the hull sides are higher on the 38. You see that we've hidden the rails so that for multifunctional, for fishing, anything, you don't have that many rails where you can snag your lines on. So we learned that from the CCX as well.
Cool.
And following then to the rear, that's where the magic really starts to happen. So the 38 will have as an option, and this is the part, we don't push anyone to buy any of these features and functionalities we have on board. Those are all available as options. So the whole point being that if you don't want to have an openable aft window on the 38, you don't need to take one. You don't need to pay for it. So we're going to have it as standard with a fixed windshield, but we're also having now a fully openable windshield in the aft, so that completely opens the air circulation inside of the boat and the communication and accessibility, especially when you have an aft cabin. It completely changes the interaction between the settee inside of the boat in the saloon wheelhouse and the sun deck in the back. But then also you see on some of our renders that we have activity platforms that fold out. Those are optional. So standard you will have with a fixed hull side. But with those balconies, we made on purpose, we raised them from the floor level because we see so many boat manufacturers now in our own interpretation doing it so wrong by getting them down to the floor level where you actually cannot use them for 50% of the time you're out in the boat. because they are too low, they get hit by the waters and the waves created in everyday conditions, ending up even breaking the balconies or even hurting people that are on the balcony if you are hit by a rogue wave. So we lifted them clearly out of the water, but you still have full access around the fender box area. And we didn't ever remove the fender box. So we have the option of a full-size fender box. We have the option of the wet bar to replace the fender box on one side. And now we have a completely new lounge seating, which I haven't seen anyone on any boat ever being done. So more or less a very long lounge settee facing forwards, where you can sit either when you have the fixed balconies or you have the activity platforms, either up or down, completely changing the rear functionality and the appearance of the boat. And still, I would say that the number one feature with the 38 is that every single function, every single area you move around the boat is made to work. Doesn't feel cramped, it doesn't feel small. There are some boat manufacturers there that try to push so much inside of the boat that it actually, if you are not able to open up all the doors, if you're not able to open up balconies, if you're not opening all the areas around, you actually end up feeling like you're sitting in a bit of a dollhouse. So that's why we really try to make clear that any option that we do, they have to work in any environment, either closed or open.
This model really does answer a lot of the questions and the requests that our Australian buyers and owners have been asking for, so it's very good.
One of the main reasons why we wanted to push out the 38 is just we have such a tremendous community of Axopar 37 and 29 owners that have been searching for that bit of more livability and comfort on board. As boating is changing, this is also one thing that we really want to understand, where people's day-to-day boating changes, and we want to be a part of that change, and we want to be able to accommodate for that change, and that's exactly what we're doing with this feedback from customers. So really looking forward to get the feedback even from the customers once the boat is launched.
It's already evident that there's huge demand for this new model from our Australian buyers. We've been receiving communications from 29 owners, 37 owners saying we'll take one. So I think that's a pretty good early indication, right? Even when we have limited information. So
I'm so happy to hear that. It's been such a tremendous work going into it. We've been actually working on it now for almost 3 years when we start as a concept. Why it takes 3 years is also the same thing that we really want to make sure that we get it right. That's first of all. But also the vast amount of modularity that needs to work between the platform. And when I say the platform, is that we're going to launch it in 4 different models. So we have the cross cabin, the sun top, the CCX, and the cross top. And to have all those modules to be interfittable in between those variations and models. Also taking in consideration the Brabus models that are going to be following as well. That is such a huge, complex endeavor that takes so much time and effort, and that's why that's just the main reason why no competitor is doing it, because it's exactly what we said. It's time-consuming, it's costly, and it's hard. But we just push through, and we've now done it for 10 years. Now we start to get a hang of it. But now it's really fun to see the development come to life.
Yeah, I think in this market, experience speaks volumes, especially in terms of that production and setting it up in a way to do it efficiently and build good boats in the process.
100%. So for us, it's repeated cycles, and the modularity, when you do it right, it actually increases the quality and fit and finish on board, not taking it away, because we are able to reproduce the same procedures, whatever model that might be that we have in production, because all the parts are still interlocked and combined with each other.
Yeah. And when can we see the first boat?
So the first boat is going to be, of course, having its world premiere at the Düsseldorf Boat Show in 2026. I'm really looking forward to getting the boats over there. That's going to be the launch of the cross cabin. And then during the year, we're going to be launching all the other iterations and models as well.
Yeah, great. So the first Axopar 38s will be arriving down under in 2026. So stay tuned to the news as we put it out. And the whole team are ready to talk when you're ready to talk about the new Axopar 38. Jani, thank you for joining me today. It's great to chat. It's beautiful to be here in the south of France in the sun. I think Sydney's just warming up now, so we're going to go back into an Australian summer and a perfect Axopar summer, I think, at that.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to jump into the 38th prototype and I'm going to be driving it all the way over to Saint-Tropez. We have a very strong headwind, so that's going to be fun driving it. And that is exactly the reason why we brought the boat here, is to just sea trial it in different conditions. After that, the boat will come back to Finland, and next stop, that boat is going to be probably crushing some ice in the winter.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure meeting you again.
It.
And all the greatest of greetings to all our fellow Australians and our fellow Axoparians in Australia. Just remind that without you, we could not be the company we are today.
Thank you so much for watching the video. If you did like the video, do like and subscribe to be updated with more content related to Axopar and the brand coming from Eyachts.